Fear, angst, emotional agony. Though loneliness by itself can bring these feelings, the appearance of unwanted company can increase this tenfold. The nagging fright one feels as waves of uneasiness settle in their stomach as they walk with no one, cautious of their surroundings. They stop in their tracks as the sound of soles of another's shoes mimic their own, urging them to turn around. And yet they stay, eyes fixed to the front of them. Whether it be the bright of day or the dark of night, there is no reassurance of one's safety. They're left with drowning feelings of isolation, abandonment, unsure of what to do, how to react. The mimicking continues on until they realize, surely enough, there's no way out, except through themselves. The mimicking continues on until they realize they've already been caught and become a victim of their followers' motives. At this moment, they truly are alone, and like that, their dignity is stripped of them, along with their sense of safety and the lingering thought that everyone is safe, because no one is safe.
No one is guaranteed safety from sexual violence. According to the 2015 reports of Info and Stats for Journalists in an article called Statistics About Sexual Violence, the NSVRC claims that 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men are sexually assaulted while in college. Today in the U.S., rates of sexual violence on college campuses are increasing, along with growing misconceptions of sexual violence towards males that add on to this problem. More scenarios like what is present of many others will occur if there is not an immediate stop put to it. Because of this, there must be prompt action taken in order to accomplish solutions to this recurring problem.
The problem. To begin with, it is evident through expert reasoning and statistics that sexual violence is a huge growing problem in the U.S.'s college campuses today. Whether it is a result of the college life and environment or not at all, both men and women are at risk of being victims of sexual violence primarily by the time they enter college. In RAIN's website of the article, women ages 18 through 24 are at an elevated risk of sexual violence. It is stated that 11.2% of all students experience rape or sexual assault through physical force, violence, or incapacitation among all graduate and undergraduate students. For this, it is shown that over 10% of the general student body, considering all genders of all ages in college, have been through various forms of sexual violence. In addition to that, many of these incidents and crimes are not even reported, so it can be concluded that there are higher percentages of experiences of sexual violence than what is officially recorded. For example, RAIN also asserts in the same website that only 20% of female student victims aged 18 through 24 report to law enforcement. This is due to reasons including fears of reprisal, beliefs that it was a personal matter or not important enough to report, or they did not want the perpetrator to get in trouble. With this, it is certain that sexual violence is an increasingly large problem in the U.S.'s college campuses today. The matter's misconceptions. Moreover, it is a common misconception that women are more prone to be victims of sexual violence and rape on college campuses compared to men. However, in RAIN's article, Victims of Sexual Violence Statistics, it is stated that males ages 18 through 24 who are college students are approximately 5 times more likely than non-students of the same age to be a victim of rape or sexual assault. This alone shows the greater possibilities of men in college being victims of sexual violence in contrast to those not in college. In addition, it is also claimed that male college-age students 18 through 24 are 78% more likely than non-students of the same age to be a victim of rape or sexual assault, while female college-age students 18 through 24 are 20% less likely than non-students of the same age to be a victim of rape or sexual assault. With these contrasting statistics, it shows how males are as vulnerable to sexual violence as women are in college. The solution.
Sexual violence is a serious problem. It can have psychological effects as well as physical effects on the survivor. Although there is support to help manage the effects, the main focus should be on the prevention of sexual violence. According to an article titled Effects of Sexual Violence found on the website RAIN, most emotional and psychological reactions that victims of rape and sexual assault may experience is depression along with paranoia. Flashbacks or dreams can cause a person to feel as if the event was occurring in the present time. The victim can also inflict self-harm. A physical effect some fallen victim to is pregnancy, which is also connected to the psychological state the person is in. From AJPM's website, the article titled Rape-Related Pregnancies in Association with Reproductive Coercion in the U.S. states that 6.9% of rape victims reported rape-related pregnancies from strangers alone. A more efficient perspective would be to focus on preventions of sexual violence. In WFC's website, an article titled 10 Ways to Prevent Sexual Violence began talking about how consent is not equivalent to silence. They also listed to teach everyone about the myths and realities of sexual violence. It's very important to understand that the perpetrator can either be male or female. Normalizing that only one can be a perpetrator decreases the alertness of others. It can also be a reason why past solutions weren't as successful as now. Males and females both contribute to the problem and should become part of the solution. Another article titled Preventing Sexual Assault on College Campuses from the website Our Bodies Ourselves claims that nearly 21% of TGQN college students have been sexually assaulted. They also introduced bystander intervention. They teach students how to help but in a safe manner. In the end, sexual violence in the U.S. is severe and sadly something that happens very commonly every day on college campuses. Although there are many options to help with their traumas, it would be more effective and prominent to prevent the sexual assaults. Not normalizing the topic through facetious comments can be the beginning of the solution. Also ending the stereotype that males are the whole cause, but women included, because the whole problem needs to be addressed before taking action.